Welcome everyone to Let's Play Final Fantasy Episode 10, and today we are continuing with the Crystal Tower series. Previously we had finished the quest Legacy of Allag. Today we are going to continue with the second quest, and hopefully we can get the second and third quests done. Then next week that will allow us to cover the first tower of the Crystal Tower series. So, without further ado, let us get back to Rambros and get rolling on these next two quests. Alright, we are back at Rambros, and he has a quest for us, so handing it down is the next one in the series. And he wishes to proceed a shaping of the flawless crystals. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them substance. Namely, Aethersand, which has 4 elementary aspected varieties. Alas, Aethersand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. You can see he's a popular guy right now. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmith Guild in Ul'Dah seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity required. When I contacted the guildmaster, however, I was informed that no Aethersand was currently available, although I requested that word be sent as soon as new stock came in. I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order sometime before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring Aethersand is no small feat. Of course, I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase, and send you to speak directly with the Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild to action. In any event, it is my hope that when we next meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of Aethersand work we require. Alright, and we are off to Ul'Dah. And I think to save my purse, I'm going to travel there by motorbike. But for you guys, it'll just be a quick edit. So we will see you in Ul'Dah. Alright, so we are in Ul'Dah, right outside the Goldsmith Guild. And remember, you can always use the Aetherite system to get right to the guild instead of having to navigate the twisted halls of the palace. Anyway, Miss Serendipity. Ah, Mistress Kasmeer. Welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? Payment for the Aethersand. You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Coinage? What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Rambros with the news that we've finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected Aethersand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray, speak with Gemini over the... I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do without that sand. We'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the Aethersand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payments. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our resource budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without midday meal for a year or 2. Lightbringer, it's been too long. What brings you here, then? Got an eye on something expensive, have you? Well, now, that's quite a money pouch. The sound of so many guild clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no. You're here for the blooming Aethersand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the elegant civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else. See? Well, I say tinkering. Wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how Ul'Dah had used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise. As a matter of fact, anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of Aethersand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for Ul'Dah. How were you meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, huh? While I hesitate to interrupt such impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this lady is a representative of the organization that reserved the Aethersand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that her purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? All right. This batch is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get the chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or 2. Okay. So now we gotta speak with Biggs again. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementary expected Aethersand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself, and it just so happens I know we're of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in Northern Thanalan who, very occasionally, handles the Earth-expected variety of Aethersand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanalan without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to BlueFog, and you should find him poking around with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Aye. Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than first thought. Okay, so he is in Northern Thanalan, right at the camp just outside the mine. So, if you've gotten every single Aetheryte node in Ul'Dah, we can take the exit to Central Thanalan, Gate of Nold. And I'll save us from having to backtrack through the city. Okay, we are at Camp BlueFog. Now, if you don't have all the Aetheryte nodes of Ul'Dah attuned, go back to the original playlist, Final Fantasy Arealmreborn, and during the mission, where we're playing the emissary of Gridania, one of the two cities. That's the first time that we exit from Gridania and go to Limsa Laminsa and Gridania. And during that mission, that's when we map out all the Aetherytes in the other two cities. And that should be during the first arc, so probably within the first 15 videos. And this is the guy we want to speak with right now, is the experienced adventurer. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you. It's no string epic, but as you asked, my employer, a Lalafell ad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it was called, but 'tis apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when you arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandit stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I have not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in old Amagina Mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. So Amagina mine is up in the northeast. It's not on the main path to the processing center. We're going to veer off at the fork up here, where the spiders and these guys up here. But yeah, see, there's the plants up there. We want to go this way. And let's get ready for a fight. Well, we're over level for these guys, but still, there's a lot of them. So yeah, they will. So they're level 49. We're level 56. So yeah, we're within range to. We're within range for them to attack us. Okay, so in this first area is our friend here. How could I be so stupid sneaking into a bandit's lair? It's just not the sort of thing I do, and now I'm known to die for it. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Lightbringer. Is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen Aethersand which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish, and very nearly fatal. But I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen Aethersand is right here in my oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the Aethersand in my stead. Oh, thank the gods, you're a true friend, Lightbringer. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Alright, and he's going to sit there, and meanwhile we got to go find the missing stuff here. And it's not going to be as easy as being in this building here. Ah, there it is. Okay, and there is the stuff. Now we gotta go talk to Wedge again. If we can sneak in here before the guy responds. Lightbringer, have you had any luck locating the Aethersand? Yep, right here. Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect Aethersand? And you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours, jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you, and in fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right. I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Mordona with that Aethersand before there are any more, little mishaps. I'm sure you'll keep a close eye on your pockets, Lightbringer. And with that... Okay, back at Rambros. Ah, Lightbringer! You have returned. I take it your presence that you were successful in procuring some Aethersand. Tell me, which Friday did you find? I see. 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than could be reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you'd be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are. But Aethersand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge? Huh. Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How is a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive? Anyhow, they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It would be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of Aethersand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambros, have we any information on where the water and wind expected types might be hiding? Not as of yet, but I made certain arrangements. We should soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there is a complication, I'd rather discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order, but first, let us savor the preliminary victory that Lightbringer has won for our cause, if only for a moment. And that is sanding it down. And then the next one, a performance for the ages. Yes, yes. I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of Aethersand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlian acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Pars Monteret, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where Aethersand might be bought, it is he. Okay, and with that, we can simply use the return spell for free. And then up the hill is where we'll find the master of the markets. This place is usually pretty busy with other players. Yes. I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase Aethersand? Forgive me, madame, but have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen so much as a grain of Aethersand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might find the ore from which the water aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Urith's gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the Pertussid Nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Okay, South Shroud, Quarry Mill. And looks like southeast. Okay. We're in Quarry Mill. Yep, and we want to go to this little... Kind of hard, this might be hard to see on your screen. But if you bring up the... But there's a little arrow heading to the southeast. And if you bring up the main map, we want to go to this area here, which is just southeast of Quarry Mill here. Okay, so we're at the opening to Urith's gift, right where we want to be. And you can see the levels that the mobs are increasing. Looks like something beat us to it. You are too late, adventurer. And not only for the entertainment, you will find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no. You will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-based mineral you hope to find is gone. Taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous. However, accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternate source of the Aethersand with you. The wind-touch variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixal logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. Okay. Since this is a race, we want to go to North Falgord Float. I think would be a good destination. In the North Shroud. Alright, so we want to go exit to the northeast and then travel north into this area here. And this off to the right is where our prey is, where our destination is. Twins about we're just going to have to fight our way in. So this is the other one we want to take out because he might interfere. Yeah, this long activation times when we want to take care of the nearby guards. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectate proved so enthralling that all thought of Aethersand slipped my mind. I appeared to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequality must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you in the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray, retrieve the gift ere it crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans. Okay, first, let's quit this place. Get to a safe area here. This will do. Okay, and we're going right over here. We're gonna have to take care of these walking rust buckets. Because they'll just get in the way. Now this big brute here, he's part of a fate, as you can see by that symbol there. So if we don't join the fates, he's not going to attack us. But this little guy here, he will. Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Urud's gift into Aethersand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, if my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today, we shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine. Yeah, sorry, big guy. I'll challenge you another day. What news of your mission? Are you any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? C and D. You've brought both. I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. There, that should do the trick. Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Lightbringer here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Elegant's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Biggs, Wedge, come to lend me a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Elegant Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemald's look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads. I really do. But we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand. And the realm has been dragged into the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed? Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology. Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Elegant Empire could not save their civilization, and have damned near doomed ours twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and, if needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint, it is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. So you returned at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation? Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the Aethersand. A task of passing adventure with delivering it. A more capable courier than I could not imagine. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is in order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Alphnaud. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Grahatia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stands ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Noah? That is the name I have chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Coinage, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that NOAA stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does technically, but my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it's shared by a vaunted elegant archmagus. An archmagus, I like the sound of that. Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart? Ready. So that's going to do it for today's episode. We are now prepared to enter the tower in the next episode. So next time we will do the next mission or next quest rather, that will end up with us tackling the first tower, or the first out of the 3-part raid series, that is the Crystal Tower. So join us next time when we will finally come to the conclusion of all of the first part of this dialogue and tackle the first tower of the Crystal Tower. There will be 2 more towers after that, but there will be a little bit of dialogue between them. So follow through as we continue this side quest to its more exciting parts. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.